In this week's Township of Terrace Bay Council meeting for Monday, October 2nd, 2023. CAO John Hall updates Council on the strategic plan. There was a youth engagement meeting with the Lake Superior High School. And the Council discusses the white goods disposal program.
Reached the hour of 6:30 on Monday, October 2nd. I call the Council of Terrace Bay to order. Declaration: the Council of the Township of Terrace Bay hereby acknowledges that we are in the Robinson Superior Treaty Territory and that the land on which we gather is the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe and the Métis. Additions, deletions, or amendment? Hearing none. I have a motion moved by Councillor St. Louis, seconded by Councillor Johnson. Resolved that the Monday, October 2nd, 2023 agenda be approved as presented. All in favor? Carried. Any disclosures of interest? Hearing none, I have a motion moved by Councillor Johnson, seconded by Councillor St. Louis. Resolved that the minutes of the regular council meeting held on Monday, September 18th, 2023 be approved as presented. Any questions on that motion? All in favor? Carried. Presentations, delegations, deputations. Terrace Bay Public School.
Yeah, sure.
No. So I'm just briefly coming in to introduce myself to town council. I am the new principal at Terrace Bay Public School. Primarily what I'm looking for, hoping for, is a partnership with town council in regards to offering or finding out what kind of events or activities that our school could be a part of to build stewardship and community involvement with our youth. So that's primarily why I'm here, just to kind of let you know that I would love to hear about different things that we could do. I know I was looking at, I know some of the sewer grate kind of projects around like identifying like Superior. I'm not sure if we have that here or not, but looking at maybe something to do something like that with council in regards to, because we would need the municipal like sewer system kind of identified regarding of like what, do you know what I'm talking about with regarding that?
The fish, right?
The fish, yeah. The fish.
Amy, I could have said it earlier. Do you know everyone in this room?
No, I think I do actually.
Okay, Paul Malachowski.
John Hall, CEO clerk.
Yeah.
Chris Bay.
Rick St. Louis.
Sent that right.
Stacey Moffat, I'm a special projects coordinator.
I know, let's go. So that's yeah, right. That's my short little kind of blurb for this evening. Just wanted to put a face and to your name, your names as well too, and a face to my name. So
Any questions of Amy?
No, I the fish thing, I'd be interested in seeing if there's something we can do with that, to get involved in the and we were talking, we wanted to go into the high school and see what, have meetings with the kids to see just what they wanted and what they're looking for activities and services and everything. So yeah, if anything we can do with the youth, I think would be a good idea.
Yeah, I think it's just important to promote that part of
Yeah.
it for the, especially because I'm at the elementary panel, right? So
Right.
starting them a little bit young
Mhm.
and having them see and do different, community, I'd love to like plant trees and do those kind of things. I really think it's important for them to kind of, or like community cleanup or
Yeah.
that kind of stuff that's around that. I think that's really important for them to be involved in and for us to have those partnerships around that.
Well, we just started back on the community garden project today, so maybe having your grade 7 and 8s be involved in that in the next few weeks before the snow flies would be good. I'll come in and I'll talk with you this week.
Absolutely, yeah, because we're doing on Thursday, we're kind of harvesting our little garden that we have
Okay.
as well, but it's super important because I know the 7-8 teacher there is doing a lot of work around like understanding what composting looks like and what that, it's obviously bear friendly, it's not something that's from our way. But that's, so definitely keep it in the loop on that end of it, but.
On the administrative side, in the past, what we've done is had the grade 5 class, which I think is where they start in civics.
Yeah.
Come in and sit with administration for the afternoon and we walk them through how the township runs. We've done one where we did a mock budget. So they were given, $100 of play money. Where do you want your money to go? So that was really, really
Love it,
interesting.
yeah.
And definitely something we're willing to do. So.
Okay, great. Yes, that's what I'm hoping for anyway, because I think it's really important, especially them seeing themselves as community members too.
Yeah, it gives them a sense of ownership and pride in their community if they have a little bit of involvement and then they understand that we actually value their opinion, right?
100%. Yeah.
That budget thing that they did, it was really impressive. All they set aside money for important things, it wasn't frivolous.
Okay.
Yeah, it was really impressive
See how they can.
how they thought.
Yeah, I would love to, do that again if we can.
Awesome. Okay. Nothing else? No, I'm good. I think it's a great idea to get involved.
Good. Cool. Thanks, Amy.
Same here. Thank you for your time. I
Thanks,
guess
Amy.
I can leave or.
Yeah.
You want
I
that?
will do that.
Okay.
Thank you for your time.
We'll be in touch.
Bye.
Okay.
Okay, next item, CAO clerk's strategic plan update.
Hey, your worship. So the raw data was shared with council. So the next plan for us, the short term, is to analyze the data, put together a summary report and deliver that at either the next council meeting or a special council meeting. Following that, I think we need to have a brainstorming session with council. And it would probably be prudent to have a public session with the public where we could probably present the same report, showing them what the survey results were. And then long term, we could probably have something drafted by November. Really looking at the data, and I don't know if council wants how much discussion you want to get into tonight, but there's not a lot of reinventing the wheel things. That's not a bad thing. Our last couple of plans have been based on the fact that we've had incremental success and we're not trying to completely reinvent the community. So it shouldn't be that long of a process. Me personally, as the administrator, I don't think we should try and reinvent everything right now. So, but there are some big projects I think we need to knock down some walls and get going on.
Right.
But generally speaking, we have a bunch left over from the last plan as well too that we should continue working on. So that's the thoughts from administration right now, but leave it open to council.
Personally, myself, that's fine, John, but I would kind of like to see a list of things that we're working on, because we talked I was like 2 weeks or whatever, right? See what, like, we're into this for almost a year now. What have we accomplished and what do we hope to accomplish in the next 3 years? And if we had a list, I don't know, that whiteboard or whatever, and you can be nice to see if we can knock a few things off of that, That's my thought anyway.
Yeah, I think you need to build that list, like you said, and
Yeah.
identify with the projects, like to John's point, some of them we've had hanging around for a while.
Yeah.
And if we have some big ones that we want to knock off, then we need to sit down and prioritize what we want.
Yeah.
And then go and figure out how we're gonna do it.
I guess that's an opportunity for reflection, like personally, right? Like which things personally do we each one of us, like for me, maybe making a top 5. Okay, here are 5 things I really want to see in the next 3 years. Because you're right, we're a quarter of the way through, which is wild. Time flies. And just that, yeah. Anyway.
Okay. Okay, John, thanks.
Clarification, just, oh, sorry. So we'll bring our list, projects or project focus list, along with the summary report. Yeah, that'll be a good starting point for discussion.
Yeah, sounds good.
Sounds good to us.
Okay, next item, youth engagement meeting with Pittsburgh High School.
This is something we talked about in the spring, and Councilor debate actually asked that it come back on the agenda, and it's, thank you for reminding all of us, including council and administration. We should get on this and try and schedule something with the school. So get in touch with the principal, new principal there actually, and see if we can set something up, or if she wants us to do it through a specific teacher. Chris, do you have any idea? Sorry.
No, that's fine.
Calls or
Yeah. No, I think reaching out to Sarah, I think now that September sort of settled and everything and the schedule, sports is underway. I was just looking at the calendar here, and there's some days that are open in the next couple of weeks here in October going into November. Things kind of slow down a little bit, which is good. So yeah, I would recommend just reaching out to Sarah, and depending on what kind of a structure we want to bring into the school, do we want to meet with each grade specifically? That might be a thing. I think you're looking at like 4 meetings, so maybe having say 4 half-hour meetings. So in the afternoon, we go in from say 1 till 1:30. We meet with the grade 9s, 1:30 to 2. We meet with the grade 10s, 2 to 2:30, 11s, 2:30 to 3s, 12, and we sort of rotate in and out. And we could do it like in the gym or something, or in the family studies room, something a little bit. Both have their pros and cons, right? Family studies is a little bit smaller, a little bit cozier. Gym can, you can fit more people. So again, that's just on our side. That's the way I would recommend doing it. Unless I think having the entire school there would be a little bit much. Yeah. I think doing 4 half-hour sessions might be good. And then maybe council administration can consider like maybe some prompting questions for teachers. So allow teachers to prep the students. Okay, so they're coming in tomorrow. Here's the focus of these talks. How about we derive some of these answers to these questions that'll be pre-prepared for us? Like, what kind of activities do you want to see? What things? Oh, not unlike the strat plan, sort of like what things you like, what things could be improved potentially, depending on what our focus is going to be. Or is it mainly as well? And I know we talked about having a student council or a student rep on council. So also, hey, are you really excited? We can do like a pitch to each grade saying, if you're excited, you can put your name forward to administration or council, and we can look at that if there is interest.
Yeah, because I think we had 2, right? John, we've
in the past we have, there's been times we only had 1 as well.
Yeah.
The intent was to get 2. Yeah, always was. Yeah.
But I definitely help with Sarah to facilitate that and whatnot, whatever I can do on my end of things at the teacher side.
Okay, thanks, Chris and John. Next one, refrigerant disposal program.
Any regrets on behalf of my public works superintendent, couldn't be here tonight, operations manager. Anyway, I did touch base with them today and discuss this to be discussed tonight. So the MOE, we did check with them, and they would be okay with us doing a sort of an RFP and a service model with the contractor. Mm-hmm. So the discussion with Ryan was basically this will be a 2024 project. We'll put it on an RFP towards the end of the year and make sure it gets weeks. There could be additional costs. We'll bring that forward once the RFP closes, and we can tell council, do you want to subsidize the cost of this? If it's right now, you pay. It depends on who you get as a local person coming and taking the refrigerant out. Right. So it could be anywhere from 60 to 90 to possibly over $100. Private sector company takes it over, they could be charging 120. Don't know. So it could be, and the intent was always to charge it back to the public, right?
Right.
And this wasn't going to be for free. And if that's the model, again, when I bring a report forward, council could say, no, I like this, it's do for free kind of thing. So, right. But that's our intent in moving forward. Leave it open for discussion.
Any thoughts or questions?
I think we all want to do this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you and Ryan are right. Let's put it to under a 2024 thing, let's get a price
It's
on
all
it.
quotes or whatever.
Yeah,
Whatever we can find.
And then look at it, and then if we have to, look at the funding model, how it's gonna be. Whether it's 100% user based or whether we subsidize it, let's see what our numbers look like first.
I'll just, in my mind, as I imagine this, I was thinking almost be like a garbage tag. There's a specific garbage tag for purchase for the specific piece of equipment that you're intending on disposing of. So say it is a freezer, then you would come in and I would assume, again, this is me just building a hypothetical situation, but like, okay, you have a freezer, it's this many cubic feet. It's going to cost this much. You would have it almost like categories and okay, this is the one I'm disposing of. Okay, it costs this much. Okay, I'm buying this tag. I bring this tag in and I drop it off the dump at some disposal location that's been identified. That's in my mind, that's the way I imagine it. But again, that's just me.
I'm okay with like
Yeah.
2024.
I think, but that
Moving
is,
ahead with it.
yeah, because I think we're gonna need time for Ryan to come up with a plan of like right down to even where he's gonna put them, right?
To the chair, the costs unknown at this point. So
Yeah.
we don't know what it's gonna cost us. So
Mm.
we wouldn't know how to set up the cost structure for the public coming to us and buying the tag.
Yeah.
However we want to work the plan.
Yeah.
because We want to make sure it's subsidizing itself. We're just right at the point where you're excellent for yourself right now. We're talking about refrigerant. Really, we're basically done, but just to summarize for you, it would be some sort of, almost a tag-based program. Someone comes to the township, pays to have a tag, puts it on their thing. They're going to go, they leave it in the landfill. We'll have a contractor come in.
Yeah.
At some point, come and collect the refrigerant and then reimburse that.
Yep, so the intention would be now just to find a contractor, if you guys already covered it,
Yeah,
and work on it in the future.
that's right, they do. Hopefully you can find someone that will be interested. Yeah,
We can wrap a report at some point, just saying how we're going to set up the program, what the cost would be and what we would charge the public.
And this just spurred from a conversation like people have been dumping things. I know it's been there for forever, but down Worthington Bay Road, or like I've heard at the Jackfish dump, just refrigerators being left there because it's unattended or whatnot, right?
Yeah.
And just to sort of say, okay, there is pre-pandemic there was that program where Hydro One, I believe,
Yeah.
took them, but I'm not sure if it exists anymore. I haven't heard anything about it. So I'm assuming they're not going to do anything like that. So just to prevent people from just throwing it in the bush.
And that's still might not be, but it would help. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
yeah.
At least there's more of an incentive.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, a lot of it was just frustrating because they couldn't find anybody that.
Right.
They just did this because they couldn't bring it to the dump. So hopefully this program will take that care away or whatever.
Yeah.
People will use it.
Okay, that's it. John? Yeah. Okay. Nothing else after that, right? No, okay. Stacy?
Thank you, Council. So I have surplus goods and information technology items today. So occasionally the township has surplus goods and it becomes necessary to dispose of these items as per bylaw number 18-2021, which establishes the procedure for the disposal of surplus goods for the township. Administration has recently completed a general IT inventory and cleanup. This initiative represents a milestone in an ongoing effort to create and maintain streamlined and efficient IT infrastructure. It included the following key objectives. So when working comprehensive inventory, which includes physical audit and documentation of IT assets, including hardware, peripherals, and equipment across all departments. Asset identification, so properly label and categorize IT assets for easy tracking and management. Streamline IT environment, so identify and retire outdated or redundant assets to optimize our IT infrastructure. So attached is a list of surplus goods as identified and reviewed by department manager. Once these goods are declared surplus by council, they can be disposed of as per township of Terrace Bay bylaw number 18-2021 as laid out below. So all of these items will be sold as is, and the township recognizes that they do not bear any responsibility for any future use of this equipment. As for financial implications, the amount of the township receives from the sale of goods will be determined by the bidders looking to acquire the item. We have two options ahead of you this evening. That option A, that council approves the items on the attached schedule A as surplus goods and instructs administration to dispose of these goods subject to bylaw number 18-2021. Or B, that council does not approve the attached Schedule A as reflected at this time and direct administration to. Tonight, we recommend option A, that council approve the items on the attached Schedule A as requested and instruct administration to dispose of these goods subject to bylaw number 18.
Any question? Okay, Casey, is there like a low bid? You know what I mean? Would you accept like $5 or something? Yeah, X amount of dollars for just to get rid of it, or like, are you gonna? I guess my question is, will you go that low, like $5 that's worth $200, just to get rid of it?
Good question. Sorry, Danny, to put you on the block. So any bid? Any bid?
Yeah.
Bid it.
Okay. Okay. Any other questions?
Yeah. No.
Okay. We have a motion moved by Councillor St. Louis, seconded by Councillor Johnson, resolve that council approve the items on the attached Schedule A as surplus goods and instruct administration to dispose of these goods subject to bylaw number 18-2021. All in favor? Carried. Okay, communication. We have a motion moved by Councillor Johnson, seconded by Councillor St. Louis, resolve that council approve a letter of support for the town of Marathon and Confederation College's submission to the Skills Development Fund, Mining and Future of Northwestern Ontario. I guess that's just to have a college class in Marathon to support the mining in Northwestern Ontario. Any questions on that? All in favor? Carried. Okay. No other business resolutions in camera. We have a motion moved by. Question period. Yeah, it is. It's down
It's afterwards.
Yeah.
Oh, I did it backwards.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry about that.
that was me, sorry.
Anybody online, if you have a question during the question period portion of the meeting, please input your first and last name and your question into the chat. It's going once. Going twice. And a third time.
Okay, we have a motion moved by Councillor Dubé, second by Councillor Johnson, resolve the council proceed in camera in order to address closed session meeting minutes, August 8th, 2023. One matter under litigation or potential litigation, including matters before administrative tribunals affecting the municipality or local boards regarding Simcoe Plaza property matter, and one matter on labor relations or employee negotiations regarding expiring collective agreement and pending bargaining. All in favor? Carried.